had this personal email. I won't read it all, but he's talking about, I think he's in Qatar, and he met this Filipina girl, but yeah, it's like she has an ex, according to her ex-boyfriend, but they are still meeting each other, and she is only calling him whenever the ex-boyfriend is gone. And when they meet together, they meet at clubs like that, and he has to spend a lot of money. What can I say about it? Well, if it's that case, I don't think that the ex is an ex. They are still seeing each other. You're being kept as a reservation. I think while it's early and you still can handle the truth, let it go. There are many girls in the world. There are many fishes in the sea. So you deserve a goldfish, not a sardines. Sardines. I don't know what to compare that woman with, because she is trying to keep a reservation boyfriend in case the other boyfriend dumps her. So I'll call her a sardines. Sorry, I don't know a lot of fish. I don't want to call her a tuna or salmon. I like those fishes, raw or cooked. I love them. And yeah, another question, that's a very short question. Another one is, someone asked me, I'm in a long-term relationship right now, and something like that. He's in a long-term relationship, and it's a long-distance relationship, so he's wondering if it can work. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for taking that risk of taking a long-distance relationship. It's very common for foreigners and Filipinas to have that long-distance relationship. Now, if you're gonna ask me, is it gonna work? It really depends on the both of you, but there's the truth that absence, kills the love somehow. Why? Because I've seen many OFWs. Actually, I have a friend here in in my place, Hiroshima, that she's a teacher as well, and then her boyfriend is a Filipino. They have been together in a relationship for about 5 years, but when she arrived here after about a year or two, she told me that they started getting colder, like their messages became like, a routine, like, did you eat, good morning, I'm gonna sleep, I'm gonna go here. There isn't any meaningful conversations anymore, according to her. And I think because she also started meeting someone, but not exactly an emotional meeting, but she started meeting other people, like going out with friends, like that. So she said instead of, keeping the relationship and ending up cheating on her boyfriend, she's actually pretty, she decided to break it up. But yeah, she still doesn't have a boyfriend right now, but at the same time, she's not really regretting her decision, because she said there's no spark. So there are also instances like many OFWs in other countries would have wives and families in other countries, but they still have their families in the Philippines. So that's really sad. Actually, the person who told me about that was my aunt in London. She just told me the story about that. Like, she knows many families with families in the Philippines and in another country. It really happens. I don't think it's only with Filipinos, but I think if you're in the United States, sometimes it's only like state, right? You can drive, it's closer than you are in the Philippines. So, but don't get me wrong, I have seen a lot of long distance relationship work. Like my stepmom's sister and her Canadian husband. Now they are happily married for about 5 years. She already got her Canadian citizenship. She's happy. I mean, they have a beautiful 2-year-old little girl. they worked it out. Before they got together, it took about 2 years with all the papers and processing. There's a time maybe she cheated, but still, they tried to keep the conversations going and all. So if you're gonna ask me if long distance relationship work, I think it's gonna work if both sides are gonna exert some efforts and try to do something new for each other. For example, you guys can set a time of talking and then set a time to be away from each other. I mean, like, don't be strict. Like, for example, let's say this girl also still needs to meet people, like friends, like that, and enjoy other things aside on focusing on the relationship, as well as the guy, so that when they talk, there's a topic, there's a conversation to talk about. Because if you guys, sometimes, let's be honest, if you guys are always talking and then you run out of, something to talk about, you guys will be bored. So and aside from that, it's also difficult because there's no physical contact. Yeah, maybe webcam things work out, but still, physical contact is different, or emotional, something like that. I mean, especially intimacy. So if you're gonna ask me, I guess, yeah, it can work if people would like to work it out. Long time ago, there was no phone, there was no internet, but people work it out, right? Like my grandma and grandfather. I even saw some, I remember, I don't know if my mom threw it away, but I kept those. But I think she went through my things and threw it away. I still kept those postcards of my mom and dad when my dad was working in South Korea. They were like these old black and white beautiful postcards with, short notes. I think that's so sweet, right? So if long time ago people tried to work it out without all these technology, I'm pretty sure that you guys can work it out with with all the technology that we have. Just make sure that you still have time for yourselves and then have time for each other. And if you can, try to meet as much as possible. And of course, the most important thing is trust. Once you lose the trust, there'll never be peace. That is my own opinion. I don't know how others kept their relationships long with a long distance relationship, but I really salute these people and I admire them a lot. So congratulations to them. And for those who didn't work it out, don't give up. There could be someone for you. So maybe it's not the one for you yet. So working it out really depends on how much both parties are willing to invest, not only time, emotionally and physically, if ever. I should be a love doctor.